Hello, we are going live now with our webinar about the Caribbean cruise. We're going to share today with you everything that's going to happen in November. It's great to see you all here. And if you're joining now, just let us know where you are in the world so we can, say hello. We have also today with me Dory and David. And I will, introduce you here now as well. I mean, actually, we can first just have a conversation like this. So, Dory, where are you in right now?
Hi, everyone. I'm in Bali, in Canggu, enjoying the summer here.
Awesome. And David, you are in?
It's 1 a.m. here in California. I'm in Huntington Beach, also enjoying the summer here as well.
Okay, that's amazing. So I'm in Barcelona, so we have really all three time zones covered now, or like three major time zones covered. And excited to talk today about the trip. And if you are here again, please, let us know from where you are joining in the world. Germany, Netherlands, Bulgaria, from Germany. And so we are slowly getting more people here into this live session. And are you excited about the cruise, David?
Oh gosh, you know me. I'm ecstatic.
Cool. And Dory, you've been working on the program for the last month, actually, right? So
Yes.
there's really like a lot to share. And it's quite crazy because we already have 280 bookings for this trip. So this will be our biggest one after COVID. Really excited that there's so much interest on these journeys now. And today we're just just excited to share the latest updates with you, what we're going to do after the trip. Thank you for taking the time this morning. It's this morning, evening, night, wherever you are right now, right? Like also joining from USA. And I'm just going to quickly dive into this here. And as we get more people on board, because in the beginning, we are just going a little bit more over the general specific details of Nomad Cruise, and then we will dive deeper into what's actually happening on the cruise. Okay, so I will just quickly start here. I will just see this. Okay, so here we have with us today David. David has been working on the excursions, on the trips. You want to maybe share a little bit like what you've been doing and what you've been doing on the latest cruises where you were joining us?
Yeah, the cruises, the excursions on the cruise for me is like probably the best part of the cruise, in my opinion, besides all the other cool things that we have, because it really gives us time to like play, explore, and connect with the people that we're with. And it's exciting for me because I love adventure and I love having fun. And then planning this stuff for 50 people, 100 people, 200 people is even more fun. So I really get my time to do all the research and contact other companies and really look for fun, unique activities that we can all enjoy. So I love doing the excursions for the Nomad
What were
Cruise.
some of the most fun things you planned for us in the past?
Oh my God, so many, man. I would say like one of the highlights for me, obviously, as you guys already know, I love diving. So there's been so many places we've scuba dived in the world. If I just had to give a rough estimate, probably like 20 places in the world we've scuba dived at already with the history of Nomad Cruise. And there's just some really epic and special dives that we've done, you know. Besides that, some really cool, awesome ATV tours. One thing that stands out to me is this helicopter ride that we did together in Aruba with the doors off, you know, like just with this amazing, gorgeous views of the islands and turquoise waters. There's so many, you know, like my memory bank is filled with nothing but fun excursions, you know. So I have so many. I could talk to you guys for like an hour about excursions.
Yes,
so I don't want to do
keep
that.
it a bit shorter. So today we're gonna run over this quickly. And then Dory, what you've been working on? So maybe you
I've
want to
been working
introduce yourself.
on everything else that David is not. So, David, I'm so happy that you're in charge of the excursions. I'm in charge of every other program that we have on the ship. So, from the conference, from the morning movements, the fun, like the talent show, for example, all of the evening activities. So, everything that happens on board.
Yes, and that has also been like a lot of planning now, because you're not just doing this for this trip, but also for the AI cruise, which is already departing in September. So there's been like a lot of things, and actually there's still like a lot of stuff that we're working on that we haven't even announced, but like we thought now it's a good time to just give you all a quick update. And so you can share this, because also like some of you have not booked yet, and maybe you want to like do this now, because we have pretty much like no balcony cabins left, and with the other trips, with the other spots, we also don't really know like how long they're gonna last. Of course, we can bring a few more than 300 people, but also eventually the ship might be full. Okay, so we'll dive into things quickly now. We have a little giveaway at the end, so it's worth to like stick around, and we're giving away 300 euros onboard credits. So just for you to know, onboard credits are things that you can use so you can go to the spa or treat yourself like really nice. Unfortunately, the spa sessions are not included in the cruise, but this is something that you will win at the end of this trip. Okay, and also I just want to quickly mention again that we are sorry, I'm just realizing that I'm not sharing the right view here. So I'm going back here. I'm going to do this one here. Okay. So you can win 300 euros onboard credits on this cruise. So that we're going to ask one question. So please listen to the webinar, and then someone can win this who will give the fastest answer. Okay. And then as well, yeah, just a quick note on Nomad Cruise itself. So yeah, like it's really, Nomad Cruise is not a cruise. It's really about the community. It's really about us going together on a cruise ship. When you go by yourself on a cruise ship, you go there with one person that you know, you make some nice memories, and then you go home. When you go on Nomad Cruise, you meet 300 people or 150, like if it's a smaller trip like the one we're doing to New York. You build lifelong connection, and everything is just a lot more fun. And also there are a lot of things happening after the cruise. So that's why we say the cruise is only the beginning. And there's always like a lot of people who say like, one day I will join. And what I just want to say here is like, if you are interested in this lifestyle and you really think you want to like enter this world of digital nomads and remote workers, it's really the best way to do this as early as possible, because you'll make all the connections on the ship that can really elevate your entire life, right? I mean, so we will just, so that's just a quick introduction. And what we're gonna do is we have two trips coming up. One is going in September, and that's the AI edition. It's going to New York, from Southampton to New York. We're not talking so much about this, or just very briefly mentioning this. And then we have the one leaving from Barcelona in November. I will go deeper into this. You all know this. We're visiting 6 different countries, 15 days, 300 plus people joining. We already have 280. And then the trip to New York, it's a bit shorter. It's a more luxurious ship. So even though it's only 7 days, the price is the same, like the 15 days trip, because this is really like iconic Queen Mary 2, and we're going to New York together. So everyone who wants to dive deeper into AI, this is really something for you. And we have some also, really amazing people joining, and we have a few announcements regarding this also. So anyone who's like really wants to elevate their AI skills, this trip is also happening, and there are a few spots left still. So just in case you cannot make it, you can check all info on the website or message us about this, okay? And it's happening on Queen Mary, which is an incredible ship. But now we are going into the cruise itself. So who's joining it's not just people who have their own business, it's remote workers, it's people who are interested in starting this lifestyle. And I think that all this together brings really an amazing mix. Maybe David, you can talk a little bit about like the people that we're meeting on board. And yeah, like it's really great mix. Any thoughts on this, David?
I mean, there's such a variety of amazing people that you meet, you know, from multi-millionaires to freelancers to doctors. I mean, there's just people from all walks of life, from every different background, from every different age. So the cool thing about the cruise is you might feel like, oh, if it's my first time, I'm not sure if I'm gonna fit in. I rarely hear that from I've never heard that from anyone joining on the cruise, because they always find not just one or two people, they find a group of like-minded people, and they build a small tribe and a group of friends right away. So you're gonna fit right in. So that's what I love about our community, is it's got a great variety of, you know, digital nomads and you know, remote workers and business owners, you know. So it's fantastic. I love our community so much, and it's what brings me back to the cruise over and over and over again.
I think this can often be like be a challenge of when you're joining retreats where only 20 people join. You don't really know if you will fit in there, but in the cruise with so many people, you always find everyone, and you can already connect way before the cruise. Actually, now we are launching an app. We've developed a great app for Nomad Cruise, and we will launch this also within the next 2 weeks, also for everyone like for this cruise. And then you can already connect and like see everyone who's joining, and make all these connections before. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the ship that we're taking. It's the MSC Opera, and we're going from Barcelona to Morocco, and then to 3 Caribbean islands: Antigua, St. Martin, St. Kitts, and then we arrive in La Romana. It's not just about the beautiful islands that we visit, but there's also a lot of things happening on board. And and plus you will visit all these incredible places together with this community. Okay. So the ship, just a quick note, this is MSC Opera. It's one of the smallest ships of MSC. And we have the entire disco most of the time for us. We have a theater. So there are other people on the ship as well. But we have about 80, 90 hours private venues. We have our own dinners. We have everything there. So it doesn't really matter if there's another community. Like, this is really our space. And like you have a gym, you have pool, you have jacuzzis, everything is there. It's a beautiful ship. It's small, and this is actually really, really great for community, because we are all like, very close. And if you have the massive ships of 6,000 people, sometimes it can be a little bit hard to find each other. And with this one, it's amazing, and we have like really nice venues. So I've been there. Great food, everything you need, all the meals, everything is included. So this will be our ship. Okay. Inside, outside balcony cabins. Anyone like not sure what to book, just balcony, you have more fresh air, right? Inside you have like a cave, so you can sleep really, really well. There's like something good about every cabin that you book. Okay. So we'll just dive quickly into the program. By the way, please ask all your questions now. I will not necessarily always be able, like, always answer everything, but we will answer everything at the end. Okay, so just drop your questions here. We will go over this. And then and then also Rennie, she's here in the chat, so she will also answer some of the questions already while you're typing there. Okay, so program, Dory, maybe you want to speak a little bit about this.
Yeah, sure. So I've done already 7 cruises, and I think definitely one thing that I learned is that the official program is something that we put together for you guys, and this is also like a frame, but many of the best conversations are going to happen outside of these sessions. But what we are planning here is we're going to have the conference itself with like keynotes and workshops. We always start the morning with some morning movement. So this is some nice time to just start the day with some other people, either on a yoga or in a high intensity workout. And then throughout the whole day and in the afternoon, there is more time for meeting up, creating your own meetup. During the afternoon, you can also sometimes organize like masterminds, so we really just put together the people together and in smaller groups. And also in the evening during dinner, we sometimes organize it in a themed dinners. This is, I think, like one of the best times to have like super nice conversations with others. And also we also have evening activities like the story night, like improv, salsa, karaoke. There's so many things, so many places to just meet others. I think that's what this whole thing and this whole conference is about, to meet other super cool people.
Yes, so now we will go further here. I'm just looking here how I can make the view a little bit nicer, but it's you, because you can see all these things here, no? The slides, the number here of the slides and these things. You can see this, right?
Yes, right now. But the moment you move your cursor away,
Yeah.
it's going
Oh, true.
away. It's
Okay,
fine.
cool. Okay, good. So
I think-
always learning something new. We're always trying some new ways for the webinars. Maybe, Dory, you just want to explain how the typical day works.
Yeah, I think this is one of the questions that I definitely get the most. How is a typical day looks like? So we just added this. So as I started, like morning, we usually start with some kind of movement, and then breakfast in the buffet. And it's time also to connect with people that maybe you have met the previous days. And then during the day, this is where the main conference is happening. So we have the talks, panels, masterminds, workshops. Basically, all of the official program is going to happen between 10 and 5. And then after that, you're going to have time, anytime basically, you're going to have time to go and sit somewhere and just co-work with others. We do not recommend to participate in all of the sessions, and this is something that is almost like impossible to do. And this is important that you're just pick and choose what are the sessions that is really interesting for you. And sometimes you just want to stay with the person that you just had a nice conversation and continue that. So please do that. So, but in the afternoon, you're going to have time for more meetups, relax in the jacuzzi, do basically whatever you want to do. And this is like free time. And then in the evening, it's more around the networking. We're going to have different kind of social events. Sometimes we're going to have on this particular cruise, we're going to have 4 parties. So whoever is up for a little dance session, you're more than welcome to join us on the dance floor.
And also I want to add here that basically we have recorded this short video. Maybe Rani, you can share the video from YouTube also here in this chat, so you can watch this afterwards or just share it at the end of this session. But it's really, really important, or like I would really encourage everyone to watch this. This is a video that we recorded on the journey from Seattle to Sydney. And it really explains like a little bit like how everything is working and all the stuff that's here, because we can go very, very broad and say like this is what's happening, but like really sharing, how it looks like, that you can see very well in this video that Timon made. Okay, but let's go. We will like go a little bit faster now. So a lot of things you can do, right? You can also participate a lot in the program yourself. So the way of it's not just a conference. Nomad Cruise is not a conference where you just go and watch the speakers. It's an event that is organized with you, right? Like that's why every Nomad Cruise is different, because we always have different people joining, different people participating in the talent shows and in all the different things that we are running on the ship. And so it's a program that we are building together with you, where you have the chance to be on the talent show. You have the chance to share your stories. You have the chance in every way to connect. And this is really one thing that I think in a lot of conferences comes way too short, and we are putting a lot more emphasis on this, that we are doing really building this as a community where everyone who joins has the possibility to be part of the program and run this together. Okay, so even if you haven't applied for a talk but you couldn't get this confirmed yet, there are still many ways of how you can participate, how you can organize your own events on board and really make the most amazing experience out of this. Okay, so talks and workshops, this is the element. And maybe Dory, you want to speak a little bit more about the speakers. Now we can't go into every single person and explain exactly what they do. You can see all the talks on the website already, and then in the app you will also have like more descriptions there that we're launching. But maybe Dory, you just want to go a little bit about like what you're excited about and just share a few thoughts on speakers.
Well, it's really hard to just pick, because every time when I have a call with one of the potential speakers, like if I could and I would be able to, I would put most of them in, because they are all really interesting people who are joining, and it is actually a challenge to pick who are going to be in the program. So I could just like talk for a long time for all of them. Right now I'm just looking at it, like obviously I see Leonie, and she is going to talk about, for example, in her session is one of the biggest challenges I think in the community that we see is around like love and dating in the nomad world. So like she's gonna talk and explore how are the challenges of finding and maintaining a relationship while we are living this lifestyle. Also we have, for example, I see now Timmy here, Tima. She has been a Muay Thai Hungarian Muay Thai champion, and it's really interesting. And on the last cruise, she was awarded as the favorite female. So now she is doing a longer talk session, and this is entirely about how to bring out your inner warrior and achieve anything you want in life. So you're applying it for business as well. It's really interesting. I'm super excited to hear. Freddie is going to talk more about on a more business side on things like how you can build business, and of course AI is going to be a part of it. He's going to share a lot more on the offer landing page. Alexandra, subconscious mind, and that's going to be more on this visualization and going more into your identity. Dennis is he's the owner of Kochi. So I'm super excited to hear the whole story, how this online course program platform went, like it's a huge success. Natalie, content and creation, how to create content with AI. Stephen, again, he's also going to talk about AI and building a second brain for that. And I think he's well known in the Nomad community by running the co-livings. So excited to learn more about what he learned of running co-livings in the last 10 years.
Yeah, so as you can see, really, we have a huge variety of topics, from AI to personal development to like running business, inspiring stories. So we really want to bring together like this mix on this cruise, and that just really represents the people that we have on board. And we have even more people joining. You can look this up, right? Like I think like it's a really amazing crowd we have here. We are not going to go into everything now, but yeah, Matthias Zeitler, he started Bansko. Laurie is amazing in public speaking, and she's bringing on some of her speaking friends. Surya, he's helping us with a lot with automations, and like really great people overall. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you all for like being here and contributing. And we could now do 1 hour talking just about the amazing speakers that we have on board. Have a close look. Okay, so, and the great thing is not just we have speakers speaking, but you can also then connect with everyone, right? Like, so that's not also another thing on major conferences, that you're not really able to even connect with the speakers because they just have their own private dinners and everything. And this is just, we're doing this as a community as well. Yoga, HIIT, meditation, breath work, all these things are also going to happen usually in the mornings on the cruise.
And I wanted to add, sorry to interrupt you, Hannes, I just wanted to add to the yoga and the morning sessions that this is also, I think, a great way for anyone to just apply. It's the same application as the speaker application, and you can just choose that you want to be a facilitator of one of these sessions. So if you want to do a high intensity workout, a yoga, meditation, these are all sessions that we usually run in the morning. So if you don't feel like that you want to take the stage, this is also a great way to be more out and give back something to the community and do something that you love.
And to put on your CV that you've organized yoga in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Exactly.
Okay. So in the evening, we have usually more like connection things. Maybe you want to just mention a few of the evening programs that we have planned, Dori?
Yeah, so we have some networking events. So it's like, we usually call it like speed friending. It's super great way to meet people, because we're going to be a lot of people there. So we're just going to make it easier for everyone. We're also going to do improv. It's a huge success all the time. If you haven't tried it, you just come and watch. It's super fun. Also dancing, a lot of dancers, including me as well, in the community, like salsa, bachata. We're going to do like some socials, karaoke. We are going to have the story night, pitch your friend, which was a new addition on the last cruise. It was super fun. Anyone can just join and pitch their friend, whether if it's for business opportunities, for dating. So it's a fun way to just get again like in front of these people, because again, it's a huge group. So you want to take these opportunities to be a little bit more out. It's gonna be really, really
fun. I want to like really mention this as well. I think like especially in these days, it's really, really difficult. Like it takes a lot of time to build your network, right? And the great thing is that we are all getting to know each other with so many people. There are so many opportunities that are coming from this, right? Like in the way of how you're collaborating and stuff. And like, especially now these days with AI, everyone can build things pretty easily, but it's still about like having personal connection and really, in order to collaborate or to do things together or to learn from each other. And like, this is basically a ship full of opportunities for you, right? Like a ship of, there's so much things come out of Nomad Cruise that like it's just incredible, from business opportunities to weddings to babies and to everything has happened before. Okay, so live on the ship, of course, you can always chill, you can always do things. Maybe David you want to share a bit like what you're doing on the ship when you're not like planning excursions, and like how you just enjoy your day usually. I'm not sure.
First of all, I just want to say hats off to Dori. I mean, she's like the brain and the workhorse that puts everything together. And the way I see it, this is going to be my 11th cruise with Nomad Cruise. And because of Nomad Cruise, I'm never doing a normal cruise again for the rest of my life. I'm only doing Nomad Cruise. And here's why. Dori and you guys and the team, you guys make the non-normal ship life normal. And what I mean by that is like, you give a routine and a flow to the everyday life on the ship. I love being able to wake up in the morning and not have to think so much. I just basically wake up and go, all right, which talks are the most interesting for me to go to today? And then I just show up, and then the second thing I think about is, where am I going to go eat? And that's pretty much it. And then the social activities. What do I want to do tonight? Do I want to do karaoke, or do I want to do a jam session? Do I want to go play pickleball? Do I want to play basketball? Do I want to do acro yoga? I mean, it's awesome. You know, so thank you so much, Dory, for like putting this entire program together. My God, you're freaking awesome. Thank you. But anyways, that's kind of like life on the ship every day. You know, I get to do the fun stuff when we leave the ship, so I'll leave my talking to that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll go deeper into this one now, because now we're gonna talk a bit
Oh, cool.
more about like, what we're gonna do on these island days. And David, you are like really looking into this. So what I can say already is like we will have like a trip, you know, stopping at different places. Like, so just kind of, so first of all, you can do your own things, right? If you
Yep.
we are going on the on land, you can also just like go with a friend and have a coffee and just enjoy the place. The other thing is we will probably always have like a bus that's going to stop at a few places, so that's a little bit easier. That's something that we're planning to organize directly with the cruise line as well. And then we have like a few special experiences. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about the special experiences that we're going to have, because this is where, David, where you are focused on, and what's your what's your superpower?
Yeah, so my superpower is just doing a ton.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah.
David is not sharing his superpower yet. Something.
He just disappeared.
But
So
he
I
just
will go
disappeared.
into this. In Morocco, there are many different things you can do, from like basically just in Tangier. Tangier, I've been there many times because it's next to Tarifa, where I've also spent a lot of time, just on the other side in Morocco. And you can just like really easily explore the old town. It's very beautiful, and just like go and explore and eat a lot of food there. And then we'll organize like a little trip around Morocco as well. So then in Antigua, we will see. David should be back pretty soon. So in Antigua, there will be basically some possibilities to go, diving, to do like boat racing, and to just also even we're looking into organizing a helicopter trip that will take you straight to the volcano. We've organized like a lot of helicopter flight things in the past. So here I can already say like this is quite limited always with spots, and when we are launching these, usually they fill up quite quickly, right? But like if you want to do this with us, if you want to do like like a nice helicopter ride with a great group, then this is something to keep in mind. Keep in mind that when we're doing things like helicopter rides or other things, like that, you need to just jump on board of this quite early. But there's amazing things to do in Antigua, and I see that David is back. So maybe you want to talk about Antigua a little bit.
Sorry, guys, I got cut off. That was really weird. I don't know what was the last thing I was saying. I was talking about Morocco. Did we get a little bit of that?
Mm.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Johannes is just gonna. Johannes, can you just go back one slide so David can briefly just mention Morocco?
Mm. Sorry.
Could you just go back one slide? David just wanted to see the Morocco slide
Okay,
again, and then
just 1
mention a
second.
little bit.
Okay. Good.
Yes. Okay.
Are you there, David? Hello?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I went off for like an entire 2 minutes. I don't know if that was captured or not.
No.
Just talk 10 seconds about Tangier.
Okay, so in Tangier, there's so many cool things to do, from like free things to also like paid excursions. But there's like really cool lighthouse from the 19th century where you can overlook the ocean where the Atlantic and the Mediterranean meet. And there's also these cool caves called the Hercules Caves that has like the outline of Africa. That's really cool. There's really cool food tours as well, where you could try like Moroccan breads, some cool teas, and some cool spices that you only get from that part of the world. And the thing that I'm really looking forward to is this ATV ride where you get to go through these rugged mountainous terrain, and you get to stop at all these really beautiful viewing points around Morocco as well. So that's really cool. And next in Antigua, if we want to jump into Antigua.
Yeah. Can you see it? Are you there?
Yep.
Okay.
So in Antigua, there's this really epic helicopter tour through the Montserrat volcano. It's an actual active volcano, and they take you to these exclusive spots where you can actually see the old capital, and you can still see the ashes and where things burn down. So I think we've done a lot of helicopter tours in prior Nomad cruises, and I always like to do a helicopter tour because you get to see, like, you know, an overview of where we're at. But besides the gorgeous scenery, I don't think we've ever done one like around an active freaking volcano. So I think that's going to be really epic. And then I also found this really cool tour. It's a power speedboat tour. So you're just not going on a normal boat. You're going on like a really fast boat, and it stops at cool destinations to do like some snorkeling. There's this really famous snorkeling spot called Stingray City, where there's like, you're surrounded by like 50 to 100 stingrays. It's perfectly safe. So that's a really cool thing to do in Antigua. But there's a lot of activities. There's jet ski tours, ATV tours. So there's so many things to do in Antigua that we're honing down on and planning out for everyone.
Yeah, but we will decide in the end on like 2 or 3 things. So we're not gonna do everything. But
we just can't. I wish we could. Yeah.
So we are just working on these things now. And what about St. Martin?
Well, St. Martin, a lot of people already know, you know, that famous, like the airport and the airplanes flying directly above you. So I think a lot of people are going to want to go do that, and that's free. So we'll probably organize like a bus to go do that. But in St. Martin, there's some epic scuba diving. There's also this crazy zip line, and it's rated the steepest zip line in the world. So I would love to organize a group to go do that. And there's also, again, jet skis and ATVs. It's a really fun island to do some really cool activities. So we're planning all the details in that. There's a lot of activities that we can do there as well.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be in Team Zipline.
And we're going to
Team Zipline, yes. Let's go. And then next, St. Kitts. Oh gosh. So this is gonna be my second time to St. Kitts. And I'm really excited because the first time, you know, the first time I was at St. Kitts was actually my second Nomad cruise. Oh my gosh, time flies. And this is the first time like I started to like plan some like excursions for like 4 people, 8 people, 10 people. And I planned this really cool scuba dive. I can't share all the details about it, but let's just say that for myself, I have over 6,000 dives in the world. This for me was one of my favorite dives on the entire planet. So I want to plan that dive again. There's like really cool fish, really cool sharks, but there's like a very unique thing that they do there that I'm really excited to share if we get that. And then besides that, I want to organize some like Jeep tours where we get to rent our own Jeep and drive our own Jeep and just go around the island and explore the Dutch side and the French side as well. So that's going to be really cool. And yeah, there's just a lot of awesome things to do in St. Kitts.
Yeah. And basically, again, like you can do your own things. You can come with us. It's all up to you how you spend your days there. Just if you want to come with us, it's important that you like let us know. But we will launch all the trips about like 2-3 weeks before departure, right? So this is a lot of like things that we just communicate like a few weeks before. We just want to give you a little update. Now, another thing. For those of you who are booking the cruise, and if you haven't been before, one really key thing of the cruise is the reunions. It's what's happening afterwards. Usually about 50% of the people who are joining us, they are leaving after the cruise. And then And that's absolutely fine. Like the cruise itself is an incredible experience, and it's cool to just go. But also, even if you've never been on the cruise before, keep in mind that many of us will continue and will stay in certain places. And if you are, even if you don't know anyone, you will probably, and you have some time and you're already making some plans to go directly to Colombia afterwards or whatsoever, I would not do it, right? I would not plan anything at least 2 weeks after the cruise. If you don't have to, just make sure you stick around a little bit, because that is really the time when you can really connect way more people. On the ship, you are surrounded with 300 of us, right? So it can be quite a lot. And then afterwards, we're going to like different places, and it's just like a much easier way to connect. There's not so much program, and this is really how we say the cruise is only the beginning. And people love these times afterwards. And this time is only possible because of the cruise, because you're joining us there before. But this is probably one of the best things as well, or like it's another huge highlight to do what we're doing after the cruise and not on the cruise. Anyone, David or Dory, you want to share some thoughts on this? Or
I never plan anything right after the cruise, and the best trips were always, I think, and the best connections always happen right after. I remember when we were on Nomad Cruise 5, that was my very first one. When that's the place when we went to St. Kitts, and David organized this Sunblast trip right after. Still one of my favorite trips. So what I can say is I would just keep
David, we can hear
as
your
many
microphone. Yeah.
I would
You
just
can.
keep as many weeks free as possible. So we have some plan, and if you want to stick around with the community, I think this is one of the best ways, especially if you're coming alone or you just know a few people, because keep in mind there's going to be so many plans made on the ship or right after. So if you can, just join us and stay with us in Dominica. And
Yeah.
after we have other plans as well.
Yes. So David, we can hear your microphone a little bit. Just be careful with the mic. So yeah, just want to say that don't make plans immediately afterwards. Like this is a really, really great time, to connect. If you don't have to do it, it's amazing to just go on the cruise, but it's also amazing the time afterwards. Okay. And so what we are planning now is we are going, after we arrive, we are going to Las Terrenas. So Las Terrenas is a beautiful small town. It's about 3 hours drive from the port. And I've been there. Like I always love these palm trees, that are like swaying over the beach. And Las Terrenas is literally paradise. And we have a few recommendations there for accommodation, or you can book your own Airbnbs, right? Like, so the reunions are quite informal. We already see we have some locals here joining us who are from Las Terrenas, so that's amazing too. And so this is where we're gonna go first. Okay, so we have like 7 nights there. And then the other place where we want to go is Cabarete. And actually, Cabarete, we have been there before, exactly 10 years ago. So that's another highlight. So in 2016, we were there. And that's more like a windsurf, kite surfing town, a lot of young people, co-working spaces, really, really cool as well. And that's a place that we recommend for 2 weeks after Las Terrenas. So Las Terrenas is a bit more paradise, beautiful town. Maybe you just want to chill out a little bit after the cruise and take it easy, or just get a little bit work done. And then if you want to stay longer in Cabarete, you can be a bit more focused, more productive. There's lots of Airbnbs there where you can work. And also we are recommending accommodation. Both places really, really nice. And so we will make some recommendations, regarding the transport. We will probably book a bus as well that you can book, and then you can just join us. And other people might just go directly to Santo Domingo after that and just fly home. Okay, so these are the 2 places where we are gonna go. I would say here as well, this is exclusive experience for people who are joining us on the cruise. This Las Terrenas, we will have a lot of stuff happening there as well. everything is a bit more informal, and that's part of this whole journey that you are signing up for. Okay, so then we have something for those who want to continue even longer. And here, by the way, I want to say, and I want to encourage everyone, like, don't travel too much after the cruise, especially if you need to run your business. We all know how hard this is, and like how hard, to keep everything together. So for those of you who just like want to do a little bit of Dominican Republic and just find a place to work, you can just go to Playa del Carmen or something, and you will know that eventually we will end up there as well to celebrate all Christmas together, right? So those who are a bit more focused, you can just kind of like skip some things and then go to Mexico, okay? So this is where we will have some meetups around Mexico in December after we've been to Cabarete. And if you want to be productive and like you need a bit more time before, just go there and then be sure that there'll still be a lot of people joining there. Okay, so Mexico will be our base in December, okay? And then for those who still want to continue afterwards, what we want to encourage everyone is to come to Colombia and celebrate in New Year's Eve in Medellin. So Christmas in Mexico, New Year's in Medellin in Colombia. And then from there, you can do whatever you want. I believe that many will just continue staying in Medellin for about a month. It's an amazing city. We've been there with Nomad Cruise already twice or three times for longer periods. And just an amazing city to get a lot of work done, great apartments, and then explore Colombia, which is an incredible country too. And those who want to then in January, and if you want to continue traveling and you want to see more, you will probably also find people who want to go to Peru afterwards or want to go even further all the way down to Argentina. That's always happening. It's just a few people who will go, but definitely you always find people who are going a similar direction, right? So Colombia is something that we recommend around January, but then if you want to continue your journey, that's actually a perfect time to travel more south along like Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, all the way down. So that's a very famous kind of backpacking route. That's what I used to do before I started digital nomading. Okay, so yeah. And Peru, you can go obviously Machu Picchu and wherever. But so Colombia, January, Mexico, December, and right after the cruise, we have Cabarete as places. I think that that's a pretty amazing reunion time. So if you have time, stick around. Any thoughts, Dory, David, on these places?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I just want to share, like, this is the essence of Nomad Cruise. 4 words come to mind for me: instant community, traveling village, and you talked about a lot of this in the last cruises. Like when you do a conference, usually you go to the conference, you go home, or whenever you travel to any of these destinations, it's really hard to start over, meet new people, make new friends, and do that over and over. It gets really tiring, So what's really cool about everything you talked about is like everywhere you go, we are there. You have instant community. You're traveling with a village. And that's the real beauty of Nomad Cruise, is not just the cruise itself. It's after the cruise. It's the reunions. It's Colombia. It's Mexico. So I love it. And this is why I love our community.
Yeah. And actually, so this was also my original idea, because before I started Nomad Cruise, I had been traveling in South America, and I found it really, really difficult to start all over in every place again. Like I was like a month in Buenos Aires and 2 months in Rio de Janeiro. And I really loved this, but I always found it like super difficult to just start from scratch and make my friends again, right? Like, and build my network, because that I think is like the biggest challenge of living this remote work lifestyle. It's not about being productive. It's about going somewhere and actually having some kind of instant community. And so like this, you have an instant community for many months, and usually like it continues. You can stay in South America probably until April, and there will still be people from this cruise hanging out there that you can travel with. And that was the original idea. We just wanted to take a ship that was going to Brazil, and then we ended up traveling together. And so then we came up with the idea like, okay, while we are on a cruise ship, we might as well, run a better event or organize things. And then it slowly evolved from just having a few workshops into like this whole Nomad Cruise idea. Okay, so if you have time, or if you've never, you want to work remotely and travel a bit the world, this is probably the best thing that you can do. Okay, so what else is here? Okay, so for those of you, and I mean, many have already booked, right? So this is just like a little update. Please ask all your questions, like whatever you need to know now. We have also like specific accommodation recommendations. This is all in the wiki that we're sharing with you once you booked. So you can all team up. And again, like within the next 1 or 2 weeks, we will launch an app so you can already connect. There will also be a WhatsApp group at a later stage. Okay. So just for those of you who haven't booked yet, you can basically find everything on the website. Maybe Rennie, you can share this again here in the chat. What's really important. So what's included, right? You have the whole program, all the meals are included, water, coffee, iced tea. So you have like some drinks on board, but if you want to do like more drinks package, this will be depending on whether you want alcohol or not. But we will also have a drink package available. So you can buy your own beers on board, or you can have a drink package that includes just everything. I would recommend actually for this cruise, if you want to have a few drinks, to get the drink package, because it's going to be a lot cheaper. And you should also like basically recommend this. You should get this with us before, because if you buy these things on the ship, they will get pretty expensive. It's going to be about 30 euros a day if you want to have like all drinks, including alcoholic drinks included. So this is what we're going to be launching 1 month before, around 1 month or a little bit earlier before departure. It's also really important, if you are sharing a cabin with someone else, to keep in mind that everyone has to get the drink package. That's just like general cruise line rules, okay? So your cabin partner needs the same package, and that's if you're buying a shared cabin. It's really important for us whether you're taking a drink package or not. I would highly recommend, if you want to drink some alcohol sometimes, to get the package. Otherwise, you can probably just buy a few drinks and you'll be fine. Okay. So what's not included, really, really important, make sure that you have a good travel insurance that's also covering cruises. It can get really expensive if you don't, because if something happens to you. So this is really, really important. There are many insurances online. It always depends a little bit on your country or what is the setup that you have right now. So this is something you need to check for yourself, as well as actually visas, which I'm not mentioning here on this slide, but look at that if in case you need any visas. Or and the excursions, there are always some free things that we are recommending, and there's always something free that we're recommending, but there are also obviously some paid. And the same thing for the reunions. The reunions are like pretty much are free for everyone to join, but you have to book your own accommodation and in case we have some paid activities as well, you can decide whether you want to join it. At the moment, the prices start from 1,800 euros. It's I don't think that you can get any other event with any similar value of food, of so much program or whatsoever. Usually, if you would buy just a conference of these things, or just a retreat, like oftentimes all these things are not included. This is a 2-week trip, just starting from a little bit over 100 euros a day if you're joining. So it's an incredible deal. Prices are going up next week again, but if you want to book it now, and also you can get the discount. Either you can find one on our website, or if some friend told you about this cruise who's already been joining, ask them for a discount, because then they get a little bit of a commission or something. So we always like to actually encourage people to share the cruise with their friends. So if you have someone, ask them for a code, like someone that you really, that you that you know well and who told you about the cruise, okay? Not just some random codes. Then you just rather take it from our website, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. Also, what we want to say here as well is sharing is caring, okay? So if you are going by yourself and you don't want to buy a single cabin, we really encourage book a shared cabin, and we try to match you as good as we can. And also, when we are launching the app now, you can also find other people that you want to share your room with. So really, we would encourage this. And we are trying our best to match you very, very well with other people. Usually this works really good. So even if you don't have someone to go with, you can find someone to share with, and you can book this directly with us, okay? After you book, you get access to the wiki. Again, like in about 2 weeks, we are going to launch the app. And then we will see you in Barcelona. So now there was a question actually about what's happening, and you can book here. I will actually talk about Barcelona just after, when we are going into the questions, because I saw this and we haven't really been diving deep into this here, but I want to share a bit more about this as well. So here you can book. Maybe Rennie can share again the link for the site. And yeah, that's it. And just don't wait too long. Like it's gonna get really full. And if you know someone who should join and you want to be part of our affiliate program and you want to like earn just a little bit, like 5% on bookings, you can use this link, and you can like share this with your friends and invite them on board as well. So we always really encourage to join and like to share and help us spread the word. And then there's a little bit for you as well. Plus you can share like €100 discount code. Okay. So quick giveaway. Is everyone ready for the giveaway? I just want to see who's here. So we're gonna do now. We're gonna ask a question. I will ask a question, and it's about the person who has the first answer. Okay, and the answer is correct, wins the package. Okay. So the first person to answer this question wins the package. And I will ask a question. Something that I mentioned in this webinar already before, and the question is: so is everyone ready to type in the chat? So the question that I will ask now is: in what year did we visit Cabarete with Nomad Cruise? So we've been in the Dominican Republic before. In what year was this? That takes a little bit of calculation. I said it. Wow. Okay. So many fast. Okay. So that's correct. 2016 is correct. So the first person that we see here on YouTube, maybe Rennie, you can say this, wins the €300 onboard credit. That is for MT Goran. So she, in our view here, we can see that she was the first one. So we are giving a drink package for you. Just like reach out to us on WhatsApp. Like there's a WhatsApp chat. You can write to us there, or Rennie will say, and then we will give you that credit. Okay. So congratulations. Okay. So now we're gonna go into the questions. Okay. We will go a little bit more into. We will talk a little bit more now into the cruise. And the first thing I want to say is, so yes, we are departing in Barcelona. And if you want to come to Barcelona already like a month before, or even 2 months before, you can do this. We have some recommendations for some co-livings that you can book. So we have a special partnership for this. So in case you want to come a little bit earlier, that's absolutely fine. Like we are also here. I'm here in Barcelona, and like we have a few meetups always. So it could be a great way for you to discover this amazing city. There is currently also a plan, but I cannot confirm this I'm waiting for Victor, who's running Barcelona Digital Nomads. You can check this on meetup.com. There's a community called Barcelona Digital Nomads. They have a lot of amazing events. So check out this community. And then Victor, he's also thinking to organize a little Nomad Summit about 10 days before departure. What I would recommend is to come at least like 3, 4, 5 days before the departure to Barcelona. And if you have more time, make it a month or make it even 2 months. You will meet a lot of nomads here. The Barcelona Digital Nomad community is absolutely amazing. And there's already people here. So yesterday there was a meetup with almost 100 people. Next week there's a huge party. So there's always something happening here. A great way to connect. If you find good accommodation, I would recommend that. Okay. And you can also find some information regarding Barcelona, the co-living recommendations and things we have there. You can find this as well. Okay. So now I'm going to basically answer some more questions. Okay. So if you have anything like right now, like I can just go quickly over things here, or like first of all, whatever is like now still outstanding, like let us know. And then I can go into this, and Dory can answer, and maybe David. I think David went to bed now, right? It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's very late for him
So he
in
just disappeared.
California.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go into any questions. Just like feel free to share. I'm gonna go.
Someone was asking about the visas. I don't know if you want to just touch point on that.
So these are usually like in case there's one country where you cannot go, it's probably like easy to just stay on the ship. Sometimes the cruise ships have got specific agreements with the countries. The best version to do it is that regarding the visas, the best is first to check for yourself, okay? If you like, how does it work with the cruise to go to these countries? What are the regulations there and whatsoever? And then if you see that you are basically, how can I say? If you see that maybe you cannot go to one certain country or whatever, just check with us, you know, and then we can just make sure that everything will be fine. But like in general, it should be quite easy, but just do your own research, okay?
I also see
there was another question like regarding Facebook groups for Nomad Cruise. We had Facebook group, WhatsApp groups, a lot of things. There's a ton of WhatsApp groups from different cruises. They're actually all still quite active. What we have built now is an amazing app, and you can see everyone there, and you can be connected actually to people like also way beyond the cruise who joined the same cruise like you. And there's like way more, like we're working on like more things to connect everyone and to keep everyone connected. At the moment, we don't have like a specific Nomad Cruise Facebook group. But once you're on board, you will be connected pretty much all over the world. Yeah.
I also saw, Johannes, a question about the flights, already booking flights to Mexico and Colombia. Someone was asking.
You can do it. I mean, you can, like now that you have the certain dates, you could book the flights there. Sure, you could do it. Or you can do it later. I don't think that the flights will be like, you know, going up like crazy between Mexico and Colombia. Like have a look at the flight prices. In general, I think it's good to keep things quite flexible, but it might be smart to book already, for example, the flight from Dominican Republic to Mexico if you know that you'll be going there anyways. Just wait a little bit, like until we have a bit like the chat and the conversation running once we launch the app. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. Like maybe just wait a little bit for this. So there will be like an online check-in for the cruise. That's about 2-3 weeks before the cruise that we will send you like the tickets and all information. Someone's asking here if the Wi-Fi will be accessible in the rooms. Yes, it will be accessible. It's not, I would not say that it's like perfect as in, so sometimes it can be a little bit more sketchy in the room. Sometimes it can be really good. That always depends a bit like how far you are from the router. But generally speaking, the Wi-Fi is accessible and like well working in the group.
Johannes, there were people were asking about age as well, like the average age.
Yeah. So the average age of the participants, well, the way how I would say it is the majority is between 30 and 40 years old of the participants. But we do always have also way younger people and also way older. Okay, so there's not like a restriction on joining. And if you are like interested in building business and starting your own business, actually, I think the best thing you can do is like join a group like this from people who are already a little bit ahead of you, because you will get the best advice from there, right? So really, I wouldn't be, if you're 25, if you're 20, you're more than welcome to join us, and you will learn a lot on this cruise for sure. You will have a lot of opportunities from that as well. So in general, but the majority of people is between 30 and 40 years old. Okay. Yeah, and some people are even bringing their parents. So that's also a great way you can combine this as well. So we oftentimes have people joining, and then next year, sometimes they bring their parents as well.
Yeah. Last year, well, the last cruise we had Divi and his whole family. That was amazing. Everyone was joining. That's super nice.
Yeah. Here someone is asking about the hotspotting.
Yes.
You know,
That's
if
what
you
I
can
wanted
share
to
the Wi-Fi between devices. Some people are quite technical and they figure out how to do it. We can't really encourage to do this, right? So as this is like part of the cruise line's business. But I know that for some people it works, and I heard that it works much better if you don't have an iPhone. Okay, but like in general, it's kind of blocked, but there are ways around it. Yes.
It's and uncomfortable because you're usually just in my experience, you have the Wi-Fi for one device, but you just cannot be logged in at the same time. So you're either logged in with your laptop or with your phone, but you can switch. You just will be automatically disconnected from your other device.
Yeah, that's how exactly. So that's how the general Wi-Fi works, and that works usually for most people pretty well. Anyways, I mean, also I want to say about working, you can obviously work throughout the cruise, and you can do video calls, while we can never really guarantee like that every video call will work, right? Because we are moving on the ship, but like Starlink has, increased the level of Wi-Fi by 100 times. Before COVID, when we started, we didn't really have good internet at all, and now it works much better. But there are times when it's not, when it's maybe everyone is using it on the ship, and then there are times when it works better. In general, what I always would recommend is that you basically try to not bring too much work with you on the ship, because your work is kind of building your network in that sense, right? So I do understand that people need to make some time to work, and that's absolutely fine. But sometimes there's just so much stuff going on that it's not so much fun to then sit around and like do 6 hours every day. It will be like, you will have a better experience if you're doing less, right? How are time zones managed on the ship? So the captain decides what's the time zone, and you will see in your cabin every day like an update, if the time will be switched. This is a great thing about this cruise that we're doing. You basically are skipping the jet lag, because you take 2 weeks to travel from Europe to America. And because of this, there's always just like 1 hour, like every few days, not every day, there's a time zone change. And this makes it like very, very easy to do this shift. And also it means that the program always starts a little bit later. So you have like late mornings and you will always feel like super fit. And in the evening, you're just getting sometimes a little bit earlier tired, right?
Yeah.
But in general, you have 25-hour days. Exactly. That's
Exactly.
well, a great way to say it here in the chat.
Yeah, it's the best. I love that we just get like extra hours at so many times and so many
Yeah.
days.
So basically, the cruise is 14 nights plus then you get another additional hours, few hours. Yeah. So yeah, any more questions? Please ask in the chat, and we can go into this and ask more. Like reply there. So the only thing I can just say is I've mentioned this before, but I always hear this. People say like one day I will join the cruise. I will really say don't wait for something like this, because all the connections and everything you're making will just have like a really nice impact on your life in the future. And if you say like, yeah, maybe I will join next year, maybe that works better with your calendar, but your next year will be very, very different if you're coming on the ship and you are connected and you're making all these connections, you're getting new business inspiration and whatsoever. And especially in these AI days, it's really, really important to actually know many people and understand like what's working now, what's working not so well. So the first cruise, I would not postpone this
And
long.
now I see.
And if you cannot make this one thing I will go into one thing now, just 1 second. So if you cannot make it on this cruise, I also want to again mention the AI cruise, which we are doing to New York. After the AI cruise, actually, we are going already to Mexico. And those of you who are sticking around in Mexico, like even longer, and you want to be there, you can also join us in the Dominican Republic and for all the reunions. So we're inviting everyone who's on the AI cruise to also enjoy the entire reunion experience that we were talking about. So you can be part of this as well. And there are many people who are actually even going on the AI cruise and on the November cruise. So you will know everyone. So a good thing to keep in mind is if the Dominican dates don't work for you, just join us on the AI cruise and then you can be part of the whole experience as well. Okay?
I just wanted to address 2 questions. One of them was regards to the volunteering at the cruise, and it depends because right now we are already full, I think, for the volunteer teams. But also, if someone is a newbie and you have never done the cruise before, we always encourage everyone to just come as a participant first, because it's a lot. There's too many distractions. The program is there, then you're meeting people. So we want everyone to first come and experience how is the cruise and how we run things and how is this whole thing that we are putting together. And then you can apply to join us and be one of the volunteers on board. So I would just say to that, I hope that answered the question. And there was one regards to seasickness, and someone who has seasickness myself, I can say from experience that how it was for me and for most people, the seasickness goes away after 1 or maximum 2 days. Your body just adjusts. The first day, I usually many times just take seasickness pill in the morning before I get sick, and then it just goes away and I never have to touch that again. So if someone has seasickness, don't worry, you're not going to be seasick for 2 weeks. I can guarantee that. Done it many times, and I'm very seasick.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it's massive ships. Like even I was like checking some ships for even next year, and they have like bowling alleys and stuff. So if you can do bowling on a ship, then you can also be there without being seasick, right? So it's more about like seeing the movement, and yeah, but in general, like it works pretty well. I wanted to say regarding the volunteer question that also like we we have a lot of participants who joined us in the past before, and they also want to be volunteers. So it's not that we are like really looking for people to help, and that's why we always prioritize also people as volunteers who have also joined us before and who know exactly how everything is working. So in general, those positions go to people who joined before. Yeah. So.
And someone was asking about the pre-union in Barcelona. So we're gonna have a few reunions or pre-reunions before starting, I think around the 26th, 27th, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can join us already there. Some people are already coming for the whole month of October. So there will be quite a few people, quite a few cruisers already there before.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, like Barcelona Digital Nomads, look it up on meetup.com. There's a very active community that also has a lot of Nomad Cruise participants in it, and people who are booking there and stuff. Maybe there's even someone here from the Barcelona group here. I don't know, like let us know in the chat. But yeah, so but then we will have like some official events about like 4 or 5 days before. And again, I hear that there's a summit, a Nomad summit planned about 10 days before. I hope that we can share also more details with you on that, and like also a special deal for everyone who's joining the cruise. Okay, so if you have no plans, you know, and you're in Europe, make some time before to come to Barcelona, and you will definitely meet some people. And also, I want to also say something else that's quite important, or that I would really encourage you to do. If you're coming the first time and you don't know anyone on the cruise, it really makes sense to be there at least 2 days before departure, because the time before departure, it's really nice to just make a few connections, meet some people at dinner, and not go on the ship and have 300 people that you've never seen before. So just making a few contacts, a few connections just before you join the ship can be really, really helpful. It's like when you're going to meetups and, you know, there's already like 100 people there talking to each other and they all know each other. It's much easier if you're like joining a meetup in the first moment, you know, when people arrive, and then you will like slowly be introduced to more people. So that's a bit how it works. And just don't come like, you know, on the morning of the departure if you've never joined the cruise before. You will have a much better experience if you just come 1 or 2 days before, because then you will be like slowly introduced to the community. And if you have time, like come even 2 weeks, 3 weeks before to Barcelona. Okay, it's quite a lot of time commitment here, but then you can really connect much easier. Okay. So, yeah, actually, I will just talk a little bit more about the AI cruise. We did a live session about the AI cruise 2 weeks ago. You can find all details on the website. I mean, pretty much what we've shared there is similar to what we're sharing here. What I can just say that the AI cruise is really, really focused on AI. A lot of talks, and Dory, actually you can talk a little bit about the build sessions and like how it works. Just talk like 2-3 minutes, and then if anyone else has questions, please drop them here, because otherwise we're going to close soon. Yeah, talk a little bit about how the program works on the AI cruise.
Yes, so the AI cruise is the first edition that we're doing right now, and what we're going to do with the program, it's going to be a little bit different than a typical Nomad Cruise. We are trying to focus on 2 different tracks. So we're going to have people who are using AI, but they're not necessarily building with AI yet. And we're going to have also people who are already building and using it and creating different software. So we're going to cater both of these different group of people. And also what is different is that we definitely want to have everyone to leave with something that they created on the cruise. So in the very beginning, we're going to show what is possible and give you some inspirations, and we're going to have different topics, different tracks, so you can decide what is it that would make the most sense for you right now, either in your business or in your life, and to make it more productive. And we're gonna have dedicated build sessions just for those. So if you want to have, I don't know, a nice new website and you want to create it with AI, then maybe you're going to join that track. And of course, you're going to participate in all the other workshops and all the other talks as well. But in these build sessions, you're going to focus on creating that. So we really want to make this important for everyone to leave with something new and to learn a lot of things, so you're not just sitting there learning and actively trying to do and step into different options, but to leave with something. So that, I think, is the main thing what we are trying to do in the AI cruise. Is going to be really, really great. We have amazing speakers, amazing workshop facilitators on board, so a lot to learn and a lot of people to learn from.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice crowd on the AI cruise, and the ship is incredible. I mean, it's like Queen Mary 2, so this is a very kind of like you're stepping into like an old 5-star hotel. It's like, massive. It's just like a little bit of a different experience. That's why the price is the same, like the Nomad Cruise to Dominican Republic, even though it's just 7 days. But you will have an amazing, like, you will walk out with a lot of value. And if AI means a little bit something to you and you really want to like dive deeper into this, it's an amazing opportunity, because you connect with so many people who work on so many different things with AI. And we also have like actually quite a few more people that now we haven't announced yet, that we will announce within the next 1 or 2 weeks. An amazing opportunity. So if you cannot join this one, make sure you come on the AI cruise. I'm sure that this is something really, really valuable as well. Like, we've put a lot of effort into planning that program as well. And it's different, but it will be like very, very good. Okay, so I think we're coming to an end here. We are there's a question like if we already know what we're going to do next year. Yes, I think we're working on a few things, but we will talk about that a little bit later. So we're also like sending out some surveys. We want to find out a little bit more what everyone wants to do, and we'll be focused on that like in a couple of months. So then we'll talk more about this. Okay. And yeah, so that's about it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. As I see there's still people around here like listening. I don't see many questions, so we hope you enjoyed this session. We really can't wait. I think that this will be an incredible journey. Keep your eye on your inbox, that you can like highlight our emails so that they go directly into your inbox. And then we will send you all the info, like with the apps and with like a lot more updates. And if you're thinking to come, you can just put down the deposit now. And don't wait, until like 2 weeks before. There will be no more tickets left. Okay, so that's about it. Okay, so super excited to see you all soon, to see so many of you again, and also so many new people on this journey. And thank you for making time on this Sunday, and have an amazing day wherever you are. Okay, see you around. Cheers. Thank you, Dori, for joining.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, ciao, bye.